And searchers didn't find what they hoped along the banks of Elephant Butte, but they didn't come up empty-handed. Good evening. The FBI and police zeroed in on McCrae Canyon on the southeast side of Elephant Butte Lake.
They've been tight-lipped about why they were focusing their search for victims of David Parker Ray on that specific location. But they did say they had what they thought was a good tip. News 13's Amanda Goodman has been at the edge of the lake all day. Amanda?
Well, Dick, the canyon itself is quite large, but search teams were focused in a much smaller, more specific area. They were after things like clothes, bones, and also glasses. And just as they were getting ready to call it a day, they actually stumbled across some glasses. Those were taken as evidence, and they're going to try and find out if they have anything to do with the case. Now, authorities suspect David Parker Ray not only kidnapped and sexually tortured dozens of women, but that he killed some of them too and tried to get rid of the evidence by dumping their bodies here at the lake where he worked as a park mechanic. Now, some of the area of McCrae Canyon was underwater for years. The drought caused the water to recede, allowing agents to get into some of the arroyos and ravines that they haven't had access to before. The terrain is pretty rocky and actually quite steep in some spots. Agents hiked in about 2 miles from the water's edge and focused their efforts on an area a little bit bigger than a football field. When locals found out McCrae Canyon was the focus of the search, they were not surprised.
It's a kind of a deep canyon back in there. He could have gone back in quite a ways and hidden stuff.
We wouldn't have been out here if we didn't have a good idea of where we were supposed to look. We're in the correct area.
And the FBI says it plans to come back in the near future for a more in-depth search of a few areas. They did GPS those locations for when they come back in the future. Dick, back to you.
The agents are not saying why or when they plan to search that area again. As for those glasses, it was our news crew that came across them. What the FBI had to say about that find coming up tonight at 10.
The FBI says it has gotten some new tips after releasing photos of evidence collected in the David Parker Ray case. Investigators think this stuff belonged to Ray's potential victims, and there is a lot of it. The dozens of clothing items, jewelry, and other personal things were found inside his home and torture trailer. You can see it all at krqe.com, and if you recognize who it belongs to, or if you know anything more about it, call police. News 13 had a crew, of course, in that area with the search teams today, and we're going to show you more of what we saw tonight at 10.